Whoa! Alti Dark Arm Dragon. Hot. Very, very sexy. What's going on, YouTube? Zeramus555 here. Sorry I have not done a video in a while. I'm really getting tired of saying that. But as you guys know, it's the summertime, and I don't know, I haven't really had anything new to make for you guys. I mean, if anybody has any requests, more videos you want to see, I know people are going to be saying, do the live stream videos, but I hate Dueling Network. There's way too many douchebags on there. And I'm kind of at the point now where there's so many douchebags on there that I'm kind of treating people like a douchebag. So, yeah, I'd rather not do that live. I get pretty salty a lot on there because you get a lot of bad players who just end up playing E-Dragons or Prophecies, and it's just not fun. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to be going to locals this weekend. Champs is coming up. I'm not entering in Champs. It's way too much money. It's like comes to like $28 with tax. And the store owner rips you off significantly. He doesn't give you any entry packs, and the only way you actually get something good is if you get first or second. And I've got second, I want to say 3 times, but I think I've gotten second twice, and I've won once. And you know, I usually get good stuff, but it's still like, even when you pay the $28, getting second sometimes your packs are crap. And this format's so bad. I know there's going to be 2 Prophecy players at locals, and I don't have any decks to keep up with Prophecy properly. Like, I do have Cardcar, but that deck loses really badly to Effect Veiler, but more so Max C. I mean, a lot of decks right now lose to Veiler. And a lot of people are starting to main 2, even 3, and then 2 Max C, so it's getting kind of difficult. So what I've been kind of playing, as you guys know, is obviously I love Inzektors. I've been playing that a lot. I've been testing different builds. I tried a trap heavier build without Card Trooper. I didn't like it. I also tried other stuff. I tried like the Summoner Monk build with Armageddon Knights. That's awful. The combo is a cool idea if it goes through, but a lot of times you like open Summoner Monk in a spell you don't want to pitch, and if you do pitch it, you get Veilered or they max C, and they go like +1 off of it, and it's just bad because you go -1. So it's just not worth it. So I'm kind of back to actually the way I've been enjoying it, and the build I was topping with before at locals a couple times. It's kind of like Michael Stibbins' Inzektors minus a couple of the cards he was running. Actually, it's very, very similar to his build. I think it's maybe a couple cards off. Of course, Sangan is banned. He was running 2 Tour Guides in Sangan, so what I replaced that with is the Tomato Armageddon Knight engine. It's really good. But anyways, I'll get down to the deck profile. This is a different way of me doing it because, as you guys know, normally I do it off my computer, but it takes like 3 hours for it to upload sometimes. It's just not worth it. So anyways, I'm going to hold this with my left hand. I'm going to move the cards with my right, or either or. We'll see how it works. And yeah, we'll kind of go through it, and I'll talk about the card choices. Make sure I don't hit anything here. I'm also working on building Constellars, as you guys can see. I'm pretty much done. I got one Sombre in here. I got one more coming in the mail. And then I need one more Sombre and then a Bear, and I'm pretty much done. So anyways, without further ado, here we go. So starting off, we got the Alti Dark Arm Dragon. Thank you, Scott. I love it. It's beautiful. This deck's like super shiny. We have 1, 2, 3 Centipede. This is your main card in the deck. This with the Ladybug is just way too good. I've seen some people running 2 Ladybug. That's awful because you want to consistently open this with the Centipede. And Ladybug's just like, even by itself, you know, you summon Ladybug and you Hornet pop, it's still really, really good. So you gotta run those. The one Dragonfly, MVP of the deck, he's usually always the first thing I search off of Centipede. A lot of people I see search Sword first, and I mean, that's a good, but this format, you're just going to get popped. So it's better just to grab this guy as quickly as possible. Hornet's usually the second card I grab. Giga-Mantis, not 2, 1's just fine. I was running Hopper, now I took him out. Now I know a lot of people have been running him because he's good for the Shockmaster combo, but the biggest problem with Hopper is that he's so bad by himself. You can't use him turn 1, and I'd rather just like run something else that's actually going to gain me advantage. I mean, he's okay with like Insect Imitation if you have a 3 and you can tribute him and grab, but I mean, I never do that. And if you have to like summon Hornet and tribute it for Hopper, you're in a really bad losing position already. So it's just not worth it. I'd rather add consistency to the rest of the engine. And I mean, before Hopper, or before we lost Dragonfly and Hornet, I mean, you know, we never ran Hopper. Like, people ran him before the ruling change and stuff, but even then he wasn't that great. So I just decided to cut him out. He's just not good, and so far it's testing a lot better without him. Like I said, I got the 2 Tomato and 1 Armageddon Knight engine. I love this engine. You can set Tomato, it dies, you grab Armageddon Knight, dump Hornet, and your whole deck starts rolling. You can go aggressive, some Tomato crash if you have Hornet or Ladybug in your hand already. And then you can grab Dragonfly, go main phase 2, and start popping and do an XYZ play. Lots of cool stuff. I actually really like the Tomato engine a lot. I mean, Billy Brake originally did that over the tour guides, and I think that's a really good call. 2 Card Trooper. I've been wanting to cut this guy out, but every single time I cut him out, I'm like, oh, I kind of miss this card. He's not that great right now, but I mean, he still crashes with Thunder King. Some people are running it. I like him because, you know, sometimes you get those sacky mills with him, and you mill like a Hornet and a Ladybug, and then you pretty much just start winning from there. But I mean, he's also good just because you can set him, he draws one, and he works well with Call the Haunted. I play Prophecies, you guys know, against Brendan, but I don't play any E-Dragons. This deck has a decent E-Dragon matchup, but I generally just don't worry about it because those decks are going to get hit soon anyways. Dragons probably aren't going to get hit that hard, but Super Rejuve definitely needs to get banned or something. 2 Cardcars. I was testing 1, and I didn't see it enough. And I was also testing 2 Threatening Roars, but Threatening Roar is just way too nasty in this deck. I just wasn't seeing it enough. It stops OTKs. And I'm just drawing Threatening Roar and Cardcar. You feel so good about yourself. You're just like, yeah, I'm going to win. Because you summon the Cardcar, set the T-Roar, and you end, or use the effect at end. And then they're going to, like, you know, try and go off. They're going to usually MST the T-Roar or something, or try and, you know, make a bunch of stuff on the field. And then you're just like T-Roar, and you just don't care. And the next turn you Dark Hole, or you summon Dragonfly, etc., etc. So that's the monsters. I think it's 18. Spells, you have to run 2 swords. I've seen some people running 1. That's awful. 3's too many. 2's just the perfect number. It's still good to draw it because, I mean, if you draw a bad hand, you can open like this, Centipede and MST, and you just equip this, pop this, and then you get your search. I mean, you go -1 off of it, but at least it gets the deck rolling. So I've actually won games doing that before. 2 Pot of Duality, you need it for consistency. It is a little slow, but I mean, generally, like opening this with first turn Centipede and Ladybug is really, really good. It's also good with Cardcar, obviously. I've seen some Inzektor players as well just running 2 Mysticals. I think that's bad because back row still does really hurt this deck. And I mean, you think about Dragons, they still set Breakthrough Skill. Prophecy still set Fate. So I mean, this gives you something, you know, you can still hit stuff with this, and then you can obviously hit your own stuff. I mean, drawing a Mystical and Giga-Mantis is usually game, so it's pretty gross. And then the Heavy Storm, because back row still really hurt this deck, and people are still running back row decks. The 1 Lance, I originally was running 2 Insect Imitations before, but this is dead sometimes. I like the 1 Lance because I got tired of seeing my stuff get Bottomless Trap Hold, and you know, this isn't bad for getting over things, so I like the 1 Lance. Insect Imitation, still good for opening up with it. I found when I run 2, I never see it, but when I run 1, I open with it and Ladybug all the time, so I kind of like the 1, it's good. I may take this back out for the second Insect Imitation again, but I mean, you have the Tomato engine, so I think the 1's just fine as a tech. Foolish Burial, staple. Monster Reborn, staple. And Dark Hole, staple. I'm not running Book of Moon. I would like to cut something for Book of Moon because it's really good, this format. But I really don't know what to cut out. It's either Insect Imitation or Lance, but I'm still kind of testing Insect Imitation. So, traps. 1, 2, 3 Called Haunteds. I need 1 more gold. If anybody has one, hook a brother up. Too good. I tried out 2. You never see it. And I mean, it's chainable. Excuse me, with Tomato, which I like as well. Like, I've won games before because you summon Tomato and they'll like torrential it, or they'll go out of the way to make a play to get it off the field and pop it. And then when they go to attack, you just like flip up the call, bring back the Tomato, and then you just like keep going, and they just like frick. It's also good, obviously, you can use it with Card Trooper, and if you have this set and you go off of the Dragonfly play, detach the Dragonfly, and then call the Haunted back to Dragonfly, most people rage quit a lot, so it's just too good. 1, 2, 3 Threatening Roar. I was running 2, and then I cut something else, and I was running 2 Torrentials, but I just don't like hitting my own stuff. I do like Torrential Tribute a lot, but I just don't feel like you need it in this deck. You want to keep your field presence, and nuking your own stuff is not that great. The only time Torrential's good is if you open Torrential Card Trooper, but they're usually just going to MST it, and I like having chainable cards. Pretty much every back row I run is chainable. So that's really, really good. There's only, like, obviously the Judgment and the Warning that aren't. But, I mean, Threatening Roar is just amazing. Like, basically, you just go Centipede, you search out your Dragonfly, you set T-Roar, you're safe. They're going to summon something like, oh, Centipede's only 1,600, and they're just, like, try to run it over, and you're like, T-Roar. Or they go into their battle phase, obviously, and you T-Roar first. But it's just such a good card. broken, very broken, wins a lot of games, and I just think you need to run 3, especially this format with all the OTKs and stuff going on. It's not as good versus Prophecy, but it's actually won me games. It still keeps you alive, so... 2 Compulse, really, really good this format. I like it because you can chain it on your own stuff, obviously, if you get bottomless or something. It's really good versus E-Dragons. It's not very good versus Prophecy, but it's also good versus Evil Swarm, even though this deck has a really, really good Evil Swarm matchup already. Also, I was trying to Phoenix Chain, but Phoenix Chain just gets mysticaled, and I really don't care about monster effects in this deck because usually you can just out-advantage them with popping with Hornet and stuff, so... I just like Compulsory. It's good in here. I usually run 2 bottomless, but I don't know. I like chainable stuff. And then the last 2 cards is Judgment and Warning. If Warning was still at 2, I wouldn't be running Judgment and running 2 Warnings because I hate paying 4K. But this is basically still your second Warning, and it's not as good as Warning. But I mean, I usually use this not for stopping plays, but for pushing through plays. And generally, it's there just for winning games. So onto the extra deck. Obviously, Gaia Dragon, Tyrus, still running Adris. I really, really like Adris still. I mean, if you wanted to, I'm sure you could probably side deck like Eradicator, because you can usually make this guy fairly easy. Takes a couple turns, but it's not too bad. Volcasaurus wins games. I love this guy. Crimson Blader Armor Ninja dude. He's or Shadow Armor Ninja. He's so good. Great versus the water matchup. He was actually what won Michael Stibbins the YCS. It's freaking crazy. That was just about a year ago now, coming up November. But it's just way too good. Same with the Exostag. Exostag's great. You can summon him, jack an opponent's like big eye, and equip it to this guy, or take their Draco sack. Equip Giga-Mantis to him, MST, and then you just like keep going off and stuff. It's really nasty. You can still make Shockmaster in this deck fairly easily. Even without Hopper, you can do Shockmaster. You don't make them that often, but like I said, I just don't think Hopper was worth running just for this card, because Inzektors can OTK easily enough without it. So, Lavalva Chain, way too good. Put that Dark Arm on the top. Put that Hornet in the graveyard. Put the Dragonfly on the top, whatever you need, you basically put it on the top, and it's just so good. And Maestro, really good because it's an out to Ophion, even though this deck already poops on it, but I mean, Maestro's just really good. I've won games by summoning this just to give myself something to pop, and then not get destroyed, get a search. I still run Acid Golem, he's not bad. I'm thinking about dropping him maybe for another Leviathan Dragon, or for like Giga-Mantis, but... I still like him, just like 3k, and I mean, if he's in the way, you can just pop him. I've never really had any problems with him. Leviathan Dragon, Leviair, MVP, the extra deck, hands down. As you guys saw, I don't run a Lure of Darkness because I generally don't want to banish any of my stuff. The only time you get like dead cards in your hands, you might have Armageddon Knight dead because you already have like your Hornet in the graveyard or something, but I mean, running a Lure just for that's just not worth it. And the only time a Lure was good is if you had a Leviair play, but you don't run Tour Guide, so he's just really good. I still like Tim Tempo. He's great versus Evil Swarm, and he's just not bad in general. I mean, you can get the materials off of Big Eye and stuff. So Zenmains, and then the one Gotchi, just because you run the Ladybugs. So that's the deck profile, guys. I will have my Constellar deck profile up for you guys probably next week. Hopefully I'll get the rest of the stuff this weekend. Other than that, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And peace out. Cool.